Hey riders, welcome back to Wheel Reverend A, your ultimate pit stop for the latest two-wheel machines tearing up the streets and tracks. Today, we're diving into a brand new middleweight contender that's already turning heads across the biking world, the 2026 Aprilia Tuono 457. It's sharp, fast, aggressive, and surprisingly accessible. So if you've been eyeing a naked bike that brings Italian flair, cutting-edge engineering, and real-world usability, buckle up, because the Tuono 457 might just be the middleweight champion you've been waiting for. The Tuono 457 takes its DNA from the Tuono lineage, which has always meant business raw power blended with track-bred agility and street-ready comfort. It's the stripped-down sibling of the RS 457, inheriting the same engine and chassis fundamentals, but tuned for a more upright, everyday ride. And in typical Aprilia fashion, this isn't just a smaller displacement bike for the sake of being beginner-friendly. It's a precision machine crafted for thrills, control, and style. Let's talk about what powers this beast. At its heart, the 2026 Tuono 457 is equipped with a 457cc parallel twin engine, liquid-cooled, with dock architecture. This engine produces a solid 47 horsepower at 9,400 rpm, right at the A2 license limit in Europe, with 43.5 Nm of torque at 6,700 rpm. That may not sound earth-shattering, but thanks to its featherlight curb weight of just 175 kilograms, the Tuono 457 feels alive under your wrist. The throttle response is sharp, power delivery is linear, and it's got more than enough grunt to make twisty backroads or urban commutes a pure joy. One of the most impressive aspects is how refined the engine feels. Aprilia has managed to balance performance and smoothness beautifully. Vibrations are minimal, even at higher revs, and there's a playful character to the twin-cylinder thrum that makes every gear shift satisfying. Whether you're a newer rider looking for confidence or a seasoned one craving agility, the Tuono 457 delivers. Now, moving to the chassis and suspension. Aprilia's decision to base this bike on a die-cast aluminum twin-spar frame sets it apart from many rivals in the segment, which often use steel frames to cut costs. This aluminum setup not only saves weight but also gives the bike superb rigidity, translating to precise handling and a planted feel in corners. The Tuono 457 turns in quickly, holds lines confidently, and is incredibly forgiving even when pushed hard. Up front, you've got a 41mm USD fork from Kib with preload adjustability, and the monoshock rear suspension, also preload adjustable. It's tuned more for street comfort than aggressive track use, which makes sense as this bike is meant to be ridden daily. But don't underestimate it, the suspension setup handles sporty riding surprisingly well. It absorbs mid-corner bumps and keeps the bike composed even under aggressive braking. Speaking of brakes, the Tuono 457 features dual 320mm discs up front with bi-radial calipers, and a single 220mm disc at the rear. Backed by a dual-channel ABS, the stopping power is more than sufficient for this category, offering great modulation and a reassuring feel at the lever. The ABS system isn't overly intrusive, allowing for some spirited riding without cutting in too early. Electronics are another standout feature. Aprilia hasn't skimped here, and you get 3 riding modes, including one fully customizable option. There's adjustable traction control, a ride-by-wire throttle, and even an optional up-down quickshifter, which is nearly unheard of in this engine class. All this is controlled through a sleek 5-inch TFT display, which is bright, crisp, and intuitive to navigate. You can also pair it with the Aprilia BIA system for smartphone connectivity, navigation, and ride stats. Design-wise, this thing is pure Tuono. It's got the same aggressive styling cues as its larger siblings, but in a more compact, approachable package. The sharp LED headlight setup is flanked by wing-style DRLs, giving the bike a mean, almost predatory look. The tank is sculpted for grip and rider integration, while the tail section is minimal and high, a visual nod to its supersport roots. The riding position is relaxed compared to the RS 457. You get wider handlebars, a more upright posture, and slightly lowered foot pegs. That means less pressure on your wrists and more comfort during daily rides or longer journeys. The seat is well cushioned, though taller riders might find it a bit tight. Still, for most, it strikes a good balance between sporty and ergonomic. Color options for the 2026 Tuono 457 include the signature Aprilia Racing Red, a stealthy matte black, and a new acid gold variant that's sure to stand out in any parking lot. The finish quality, decals, and panel fitment are all top-notch, very much in line with what you'd expect from a premium Italian brand. So what about the price? Aprilia is aiming to make the Spike as competitive as possible. The Tuono 457 comes in at around $7,499, positioning it as a premium, but not unattainable option in the entry-level naked segment. For European markets, that's roughly a negation $7,000, depending on local taxes and dealer fees. Considering the aluminum frame, the electronics suite, and Aprilia's build quality, that's a seriously compelling package. Now let's talk about what truly sets the Tuono 457 apart. First, add the chassis and dynamics. It doesn't feel like an entry-level machine when you push it. Whether you're leaning into fast corners or navigating tight urban traffic, the chassis balance and steering feedback are absolutely confidence-inspiring. Second, add the electronics. While many competitors offer only basic ABS and maybe a mode or two, the Tuono 457's customizable ride modes, traction control, and quickshifter option elevate it into a league above. This makes it not only more fun to ride, but also safer and more adaptable across various riding conditions. And finally, a character. While many bikes in this class aim for mass appeal and end up feeling sterile, the Tuono 457 brings genuine emotion to the ride. There's a soul to this machine, the way it revs, leans, brakes, and sounds. It's a bike that doesn't just perform, it engages you. To sum it up, the 2026 Aprilia Tuono 457 is a razor-sharp middleweight naked bike that combines Italian styling, top-tier dynamics, and advanced electronics, all at a price that punches well above its spec sheet. Whether you're a first-time sport rider or a vet looking for a light daily weapon, the Tuono 457 delivers thrills, confidence, and style in equal measure. Thanks for hanging out with us here at Wheel Reverend. Drop a comment below. What do you think of the Tuono 457? Could this be your next ride? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another gear-fueled review. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and ride safe.